up, everybody? Welcome back to Bulletproof Mindset. So today's episode, we have a Q&A episode. If you want to get your question answered, be sure to be following us on Instagram at Bulletproof Mindset UK. So the three questions we covered today. First question was, is body pump killing your gains? Wee bit controversial, so stay tuned for that one. The second question was, what's the best way to learn form on your own? And the third question was from someone who hasn't seen any progress as they've been, even though they've been feeling dialed in for the last 2 months. So if any of these topics interest you, stay tuned.
And action. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, for another podcast of Bulletproof Mindsets. So today we are going to be going over some of your questions. We're going to be going over 3 questions in total.
Q&A.
We're just going to go and get right in it, right?
That was them.
So the first question was an anonymous question, so we don't know who they're from, right? Been doing body pump classes for 3 months now and don't see much difference. What am I doing wrong?
Body pump.
Whoever this was, right? You're just doing it all wrong. Absolutely everything wrong.
Let's get into it then.
Let's go. Right. So I feel like a bad for this person, but I can understand where they're coming from. I've had a few clients who that's what they used to do religiously, and they're like, "Fuck, man, I was wasting my time now looking back on it."
Is that how they see it? Yeah. So it's surprising, isn't it? Because it's hard. Like, I still think like body pump's massive. What was that place in London?
Les Mills
classes and
massive.
just high intense cardio with weights to the point where, like, I'll never forget the day. And like, let's back up a session. So a second, we're going after the body pump exercises. So people are going to take offence with this. I'm not saying that you're doing it, you're misinformed. If you're going to body pump and you enjoy it, you're buying into the idea of one that might be good for because you're going with friends, you're going with people that you've got to know in the gym. It's creating community, it gets you in the doors. Cool, they're all positive markers of it.
100%.
However,
100%.
more often than not, a lot of injuries come for these classes. One, because the instructor can't look at everyone in there. Like if you've got, like, look at the Les Mills crazy, what was there, like 200 people at that thing?
Yeah.
And they were doing burpees and then they were jumping straight into deadlifts for like a minute and a half. A minute and a half people deadlifts, and I was watching the video when it was going across, and the minute of rounded backs, and you just know something's, a lot of people walked away with it like really fucking themselves up that day. And doing anything with that high intensity, like, most people shouldn't be doing HIIT training.
No.
Most people are not ready to do HIIT training.
No, HIIT training's for athletes.
And it's good to bring into people's programs to show them what it is, but if you've not got the technique down, which most people don't have, and you don't have the time in these classes to explain it, that's why, like, doing things to the beat of the music, like, just Zumba's a better thing to go to. As a, like, going to Zumba, start jumping on the spot, or going to body pump will all burn the same amount of calories. There's just different safeties of each one.
If you're doing any type of high intensity cardio, doesn't matter if you're lifting weights, running on the spot, if you're doing it for 30 minutes, you will burn a certain amount of calories. So if your purpose for going to these classes is to burn calories, just go on a fucking treadmill.
Yeah.
It's hard talking about this sort of stuff.
I'm empathetic to because it's the gym industry's fault. So it's the guys, like, they get memberships in. We put these classes on for you. Same with the abs classes. It's like, we're doing this to get you in because we're trying to create a community, and it's hard because it's a fucking vicious circle. Someone needs to say, no, we're not doing this because of this. We're going to do this instead.
I remember watching. So when I was trying to make my first pump class, very, 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 very not good times. But when I was trying to do my first pump class, I was watching a Les Mills video on, like, I was like, right, I'll try and get some inspo from this for what I can do today, for what I can add into my program. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
So
I'm like, what the fuck is the purpose of this? Do you know what I mean? I just couldn't understand what the purpose, what this class was.
Yeah.
When I was watching this, I was like, what is anyone gaining from this? I don't actually understand.
Because people think you're building muscle, you're pumping the muscle. That's not how it fucking works.
Exactly. That is not. That is just so fucking frustrating.
So I didn't know much about, like, gym classes, and I was all for learning them. And I went in and I learned spin, could kind of buy into it, I guess, a wee bit. And then I done a body pump class, and see, then I was doing the exercises. And I was like, my back's going to blow out. Do you know what I had on that back? I've been consistently deadlifting for the 2 years prior to this moment. I was in good shape. And I had 2 wee red plates on the end of the bar. 10 kilo,
yeah.
And my back was going to blow it. And I was looking next to me, and then I was looking at the people in the class. I was like, nah, this goes against my, like, if I truly want to keep my integrity, I can't take this class. I can't be doing this class, and I couldn't buy into it.
It really hurt my soul taking that kind of class.
Yeah, I feel and it's a hard one. It's a hard one because there's a service there for people. But anyone listening to this,
people want it.
Breaking down, the reason that you're maybe not seeing any gains listening to the because you've been trialing it. It's just another level of activity. You can never out-train a bad diet, and those types of classes don't really set you up to help you consume more calories. Like, you will not build muscle. They do
nothing on the nutrition side, and they will not help you build muscle. Yeah. They might help you build 1 or 2 pounds at the start, but after that, it is.
And you might, I think, I would say to the person, you've probably lost a wee. If you've been consistent, you probably would lose a wee bit of weight at the start.
Yeah.
But now your body's adapted to that high intensity class, and you need to go to that class twice a week or however often you're doing it. And it's a high stress, and there's going to be, I'd imagine it might have already happened. There's shit weather, it's a shit night, it's dark at night, stressful day at work. You don't want to go to those classes. Those few pounds that you've lost is going to start to gain because you're so reliant on it. But okay, it's harder to walk up and lift weights potentially, but I would say put your energy and focus on other parts of the gym for sure.
Yeah, getting stronger.
Yeah,
lifting barbells, dumbbells, free weights, machines, learning how to do it. I can understand that is a scary part of the gym for many to go into, but that is why there's so much information out there. And look, it's not as much a scary place as you originally think. You go in there and everybody will be willing to help you get better.
Yeah, I think pick 2 exercises because you're doing a half an hour, 45-minute class maybe sometimes. Pick 2 exercises, do 3, 4, maybe 5 sets of those 2 movements that involve free weights, and just practice them. Don't try and lift heavy ass weight. Yeah. There's nothing that infuriates me more. I just remember challenging a member, and as I said, like, your form's off a wee bit here, so I was trying to be the best version of a coach that I could be, and it was right early days when I came in, and the girl said, "No, I'm fine, I've got this," and she was arching her back and she was doing these over, and I was like, "You're going to hurt yourself, you're really going to hurt yourself." And she was like, "I don't like this class, it's too slow." And I was like, so some people are just adrenaline junkies and they want fucking beat up because of that, and like, you're only doing more harm to your health than good. Yeah. And
you will end up with an injury. That's going back to that. So I had a few clients, and they came out and
shoulder hurts.
She said my shoulder hurts, and she was talking about me coming to me for a personal trainer. I said, "Look, see, if you're coming to me, you're not allowed to go to that class." I said, "And if you want to go to that class, you don't come to me." And it's that simple. Like, I'm not about restricting people, but they don't go to the classes if they're with me. It's pointless. I do not see, like, because what happens if they go and enjoy themselves at this class, which I know they're going to do at one point, and then I lose them as a client, and then they lose their progress. It's a lose-lose for everybody. They're not gaining anything from going to that class, while I'm teaching them to get bigger, stronger, healthier. That's pointless to them.
Yeah, I always I had a few people from classes that converted to PT, and I just tried to communicate just like I was communicating there. I said, like, go to them if you enjoy them. I said, because I guarantee you, most people that you ask them, like,
I barred them. No, I didn't even say that.
But see if you flip it and said, see if you sat down, most people when you ask, like, why do you go to that class? Because I want to lose weight. Right? Do you enjoy it? If I'm going to lose weight, yes. So you don't enjoy necessarily the class, you enjoy the thought of losing weight.
Yeah,
you think that's
they always
every time. Every time. Same people who run. Most people don't like running. Now I'm starting to kind of warm up to the idea of getting more athletic and stronger, multi-purpose movements and all that. But most people that I was getting as runners is like, if you love to run, keep running, cool. But if you don't like it, let's try another way. Just give me the chance, and we'll try another way. So is that was that the
that was that question. So
however you are, like, I empathise with you absolutely. The body pump is the reason probably why you're not making gains. And now this is very very top level going. It's body pump, but there's probably other parts there as well, consistency and stuff like that. Put the energy and focus on lifting weights. I think is the best advice.
A couple of times a week, and dial in some of your nutrition. So. The next one, and I'm pretty sure quite a lot of people listening will find this one a question that would have been on their mind as well. What's the best advice to learn form correctly on your own?
How did you learn it?
Just watching videos.
Done something till it didn't hurt.
Well, to be honest with you, just try and error. Until last year, when I found a power lifter. As I said, powerlifting is the reason why I learned to lift weights properly. And then from there, I seen more powerlifters, and then I got onto a couple of people, and I stuck with him, and I never went to anybody else for squat, bench, and deadlift, and learning the big movements. So who would you go to for your videos or for your form videos for yourself?
So, I think for me, it's just compound over the years. Like being a trainer, working with other trainers, it's good to hear coaching cues and see how different coaches coach their clients and stuff like that. I think I would love to have a point where we've got good demonstration videos, because it can be overwhelming, but there's a good point you made there. Find someone that you like their coaching cues and stick with that person for them. Don't, because James might teach someone how to do a deadlift, and then I'll teach them how to do a deadlift, and James might say something that I don't, or I say something that he don't, and you'll be like, why are they not saying that?
So I think we can go into something else here. This is one thing that makes a client a bad client, and it's not because they're a bad client and they're a bad person. They've been to other PTs first before you, and whatever reason they left them for. But the problem with that being, every coach teaches different, and if you learned your form off one coach and they taught it completely differently to another coach, and you learned it wrong, the habits are with you and you're stuck and you believe that you're doing it right, and that is where problems arise. So the same goes for when you watch people, when you're watching YouTube and you're watching Instagram. Pick one or two people and stick to them. So one thing I don't like is when my clients come in and they go, I was watching this guy and they said this. I'm like, try and limit how many people you follow for information, because there's so much.
Just follow me.
Just follow me. No, but at the end of the day, don't follow too many people, because there's too much information out there.
There is, and like it's the power of the internet and stuff just now. Like you can literally find so many different opinions for the same thing. And
so I'm going to call him out, right? See, Mike Thurston, Mike Thurston, big guy. Mike Thurston. I'm going to show Dale a picture of Mike Thurston,
Mike
right?
Thurston? Mike, the older guy?
No. So 2 seconds. I'm going to show. So Mike, for anybody watching, Mike Thurston is, I wouldn't say he's not a bodybuilder, but he's like a fitness model, and he is in unbelievable shape.
Is he for the UK?
He's for the UK. You'll know who he is. So when I show you his face,
Santa shred?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I don't know who you're talking about.
The guy in the right.
He's got sunglasses on. Nah, I've never seen him.
You've never seen him in your life?
Swear to God,
no. Right, so he's been jacked for. You know Matt does fitness, right? So he used to be pals with him. So this guy was showing how to deadlift, and this guy is, how many followers does this guy have?
Oh, he's showing people how to deadlift.
He was showing 1 million followers, right? And I can't find the video at the moment, right? I'll show you. He probably has. I'll show you after this. It was fucking bullshit.
Was it?
I was like, what the fuck? He's teaching people how to deadlift with 1 million followers, and people go, oh, that's how you deadlift. I was like, you're going to fuck their backs.
So this is what I was saying last time. Sometimes because he looks in incredible shape.
He's in incredible shape. He's got 1 million followers. He gets loads of likes. He has really good content in terms of showing off his life, showing off
high lifestyle.
Yeah. So everybody, I enjoy his content. It's enjoyable, but at the same time, his form videos are bullshit.
Yeah. And so it's a good point. So find someone who you. I never really. I'm trying to think how I picked up the deadlift. I think I got more aware of body movements.
Oh, that's right, shit.
What? We got to get into this then, right? So we got to get into this.
I always wondered.
So like, I can't actually pinpoint like one. I probably say the Mind Pump guys, like their coaching cues, because it's to the average person. Like, I only fell in love with that type of coaching. Same with that coach Eugene.
That's what I was going to say. Like, Eugene Teo, if anybody's watching,
it's very like
100% go and follow him.
I stay like coaching cues for his is like when teaching the snatch. I just love coaching cues. Like rather than say get your pointer finger and put them on the cuts, he goes the finger you pick your nose with, put it in cut. It makes it engaging and fun. Like it doesn't have to be boring or anything like that. We'll get to a point definitely where we've got a ton of content that you can watch on YouTube. What it says if you do enjoy listening to us.
Yeah.
But I think going with a friend was probably the most impactful thing that I'd done, because we were both interested in learning this particular skill. Learning how to, it seems like I seen we were into bodybuilders, that style of training growing up. So he was like, I've seen Flex lose his arm day because he's fucking massive arms. Yeah. So what do? We do his arm day, and he's like, oh no, let's do this exercise, and we're looking at it in our phones, and then we're watching each other, so we're helping each other coach. That really helped me. And then as time got on, it was just really starting kind of recording. I think I was recording because I wanted to post PT content and fitness content, and as a byproduct, didn't even mean to do this. I was like, oh fuck, I didn't realise I had butt wink when I squat.
Yeah.
I thought I was squatting low, and I was like, fuck, I'm not even moving. Like the bar doesn't go break parallel. So you'll never get it perfect. I think you'll always hit, like, I could be coached just now and somebody will find something that I can tweak on my squat,
always
tweak on my bench,
always.
but don't hyper obsess over it. Get always try and practice the lifts. That's what it comes down to.
So I think for you saying that, like, I quite like to learn off certain people, and I'll give you 3 at the moment that I fucking love. One is definitely Eugene. He has quality at what he does. He always explains into detail why he's saying what he's saying, and you're like, right, I fully understand that. And you can not really be into fitness and you can totally understand what he's saying. He's so good at articulating what he's trying to say. Australian strength coach for squat, bench and deadlift. He's got so much free content out there, and even he's paid content that you can learn off. It was pretty fucking cheap, pretty fucking good prices, I won't even lie. And then Squat University.
Aye.
I would say, I know you've got a couple other ones that you've not actually said there.
No, I think there was some Jeff Syatt again, just because he talks to the average person, doesn't he? Talks to your hyper focused fitness fanatics that knows all the.
So I would say Squat University is more focused on the hyper.
No, I wouldn't know too much. I don't think, because the demonstrations and the videos that come up,
they're pretty good.
But it's kind of it's a deep layer of or a deep view from a physio, which is quite nice to see. But I think they're good strong points for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So that's 4 people. You don't need to follow any more than that at the moment, apart from me and Dale. So that's 6 people all in, right? And that's it. You don't need much more than that. And obviously, if you enjoy other people's content, 100%, but watch their content because you enjoy it, not because you're trying to take in too much information.
And there's no necessarily within reason right or wrong way with some of this stuff. Just because someone coaches it a certain way and someone coaches it another way, as long as the kind of lifts more or less look the same, then you'll
end up with a similar byproduct.
Yeah,
100%. Right.
Last question then.
So this question is quite a big question, and I've not got it up on my screen.
Big question.
Here, right? So it's a big question. Don't know who this is. Again, this is anonymous, right? But a lot of people will be in this situation again. Weights 3 times weekly. So I'm guessing they do weights 3 times weekly. Always trying to lift heavier each time, they say. 13,000 plus steps daily and 2 cardio classes a week. Still the same measurements 2 months on, question mark. Nutrition 80% of the time. Where am I going wrong? Now, obviously, when we read this question, there's obviously a lot of things we don't actually fully know about this person. So we're just going to try and answer this question as well as we can. So, I mean, this is quite open-ended. How do you see the nutrition 80% of the time? Where am I going wrong? What do you think about that?
I don't think that part's that bad. It's probably accurate. I don't think you need to be dialed 100%.
No, I don't think you need to be dialed in, but how...
I think with nutrition, though, like...
What I mean by that part, and to whoever who asked this question, what part is the 8% dialed in? Is it your calories? Is it your protein? Is it the quality of food? Do you know what I mean?
So this is where it's hard to answer that question, but I think the first thing I would be looking at is like doing an actual like stress test on the last 2 months for them. How accurate do they feel that they have worked out? Because it's very rare, even for myself, it's been a long time. In fact, it was at the start of this year that I've been truly dialed in for 2 months to that respect.
Yeah.
So I'd be looking at that. Now, weight on the scales and what types of weights are they doing? How long have they been doing that lifting program?
Yeah.
These are all questions I'd love to ask. Because I think one of the best things that you can do is actually change up your rep periods, your rep ranges, if you've been doing that for any longer than 8 weeks, 12 weeks, or more so when you've hit a plateau. The other part, sleep's not mentioned here, and we just spoke about it in the previous episode. Sleep,
100%.
What's the person's sleep like? So it is a hard. These are all questions that are going through my mind as a personal trainer here, and to help someone. 13,000 steps is a lot of activity.
Yeah,
it is a lot of movement. 3 times a week of getting into gym is perfect.
Yeah,
80% of nutrition. Where's your calories at there? Because your calories could be potentially too high. If this is if we're saying all things taken account of, you're getting good lifts in, they're good workouts, your sleep's good, and everything's dialed in, and we look at your nutrition here, then your maintenance or your cut calories or whatever it is that you've got it at, it's probably a bit too high, I'd say. Yeah.
And what I would say was, who's taking these measurements? Is it yourself? Is it your partner? Is it your...
That's a good point.
If you're taking these measurements yourself, there's a high risk you're getting these wrong. And they could actually be going down. You don't know. Obviously, you're saying that you're still the same weight.
But I think back up a sec as well. 2 months is not a long time.
I know. I was just going to say 2 months.
2 months, like, try not
unless
rush
you're
the process.
Unless you're dialed in at your calorie deficit, you might not lose anything in 2 months, but you might gain some muscle.
Yeah, well, that's another point as well. Just because the weight on the scales isn't moving, you might have lost 3 pounds of fat and gained 3 pounds of muscle, which ain't that far off in a 2 month.
It's not far off. Now, I'll be honest. I had a client, and they were so super focused on measurements and weight, and it was just impossible to get them to up their calories or lower their calories because they were so super focused on this. When I said to them, look in the fucking mirror, look at your weights. So if you're saying you're always lifting heavier than last time and you're staying the same weight, you will be gaining muscle.
Yeah, and also you can't always lift heavier every session.
No, you can't always. But if you look back from 2 months ago and you are lifting heavier than 2 months ago and you're the same weight, you must have gained some muscle.
Yeah.
So look at yourself in the mirror and go,
what the fuck are you doing?
no, that sounded like that there, but look, or take progress pictures instead of measurements sometimes, as well as measurements.
Mm-hmm. And I think this person's feeling, through the way you've read it out the message.
They've asked a lot of question marks.
Aye, so they're feeling down, they're feeling lost.
Yeah, they're not sure.
How do you feel after your workouts? Do you have more energy?
Mm-hmm.
Is your sleep better? You're getting stronger in the gym? That's a really, really positive marker.
Mm-hmm.
Can you eat more food and your weight's not staying the same? Brilliant. Like, you don't always need. Okay, you might have weight to lose, or you want to lose weight, you want to lean out, all that sort of stuff. But shift the focus. Look at some other things. I think for sure.
I think obviously if you are hitting weights 3 times weekly, what weights are you doing? Are you doing compound lifts? Are you doing isolations? You know, really what you want to be looking for. If
2 classes a week as well.
Two cardio classes a week. The same.
So, with it again,
I don't really understand why they would have that in there. If they're hitting 13,000 steps daily, I think you're overdoing the cardio, and by overdoing the cardio, you could be ruin any muscular progress that you're making.
Yeah, I mean, but there'll be 30-minute classes if this is someone for Gym 24 or if it's
it could be anyone else.
But I think whatever. I think we've answered some good points in that. Like, absolutely feel free. I know this is anonymous, but if you are listening to this, feel free to reach out to us and we can ask some more questions and get deeper into it. But hopefully, it sparked a wee bit of interest. But look, 2 months isn't a long time. Stick at it. I guarantee you, if you're getting stronger, like you have said, you're putting extra weight on the bar or extra weight in your sessions each week and week. You're tracking them from the sounds of things, which is good. That can only reap benefits.
And what I would say to the cardio classes, ask yourself why you're doing it. If it's to lose weight, add a couple of thousand extra steps in a day.
Aye, or just manipulate calories.
Aye.
That's what
I would look at that and go, for me personally, I'll go, is your 80% nutrition talk about calories and protein? If it's not, you need to look at your calories and protein. And I would chuck the 2 cardio classes a week and eat 100 to 150 less calories a day.
Easy peasy.
It's that easy.
Cool. Is that it for the questions then?
That is it for the questions, and I think they're pretty good questions.
Good questions. So another Q&A episode. Hopefully you didn't. I think these episodes does seem to get good uptake last time. So I think we'll do this every so often.
Yeah, I think that will definitely have helped people. 100%.
Aye, good. So you can find us on social media. You can find us on Instagram at Bulletproof Mindset UK.
You can find me at Raw Gym Fit,
and you can find me at Coach Crosser. See you guys soon.
Have a nice one.